All right, so like we talked about before, we bring in 5 new calves every week, and it's the end of the week, so the end of the week means getting ready for new calves to come in. So we're washing out stalls. Once we have the stalls cleaned out and washed out, then we'll disinfect them and let them dry for the weekend before we need to rebed them for bringing new calves in next week.
The kittens like to play in the milk house, and they look kind of funny when they play in these holes over here. I want to show you.
Jaden, for his birthday recently, he and Jaren and our dad put together, all chipped in, put in some money to buy an RC rock crawler. Jaren decided that it would be a good idea, this hill out back that we have by our hog barns, he thought it would be a good idea to make trails through it. There's a whole bunch of weeds, so we had to take the shovels and hack away at those. But we did, we're not quite finished yet, but we made some trails and put a couple rocks up there. And it's actually really fun to drive that thing around, so we're gonna show you what we did.
So our corn seed salesman is actually my cousin, And he stopped out today to take a look at the corn. We're kind of mid-season right now, and want to see how things are going, so let's check it out. So what happened on that guy?
So, yeah, as you can see here, these are all taken from the same field, and you get a lot of variation. This year we struggled with moisture, so relatively overall, the corn that I've been seeing has actually pollinated pretty well, but then the corn eventually, when it came time to kernel fill, said we're not going to do it, we're going to give up, and we're just going to support what we can.
Okay, but some of those ears have filled out all right.
Yeah, so where the moisture is, you can see it's almost a normal ear of corn. Where we started getting into drier parts of the field and rock knobs down the road.
Is that what that guy came from?
Yeah, you started seeing some areas that were stressed. This is up the road, and this is a wet area, and almost every cob is like this. And you start walking up the hill, and it gets dry and big limestone rocks, and this is pretty average. Overall, Mitch will have corn to feed his animals. Will it be a bumper crop? In some areas of his farm and timing of planting, I think you will have phenomenal corn, and others will be probably a little below average. It's farming, and you can't control the weather, so. So yeah, I mean, overall, your corn looks good for the year that we have. Timing of planting, maturities of corn played a huge role in what it produced, and that's why you don't plant all the same numbers. It didn't pollinate, it aborted some up here. Now this cob over here is pretty uniform. It pollinated pretty much the whole way through. And you can see some of the little yellow ones at the top. That's where it tried, it pollinated. It
Right.
just aborted.
Didn't have enough to get going.
Overall, some of the corn's going to be phenomenal because we need heat.
Right.
It's just, if it was at the wrong timing for too long during the dry spell and the heat, yeah, it's going to be marginal. It's
Right.
Kind of, I'm going to go.
Oh, wow.
There you go. There's some corn.
He eats it.
They all got some candy today. Come on, Tanya. There you go. Go eat it.
All right, so this morning we're gonna be loading some corn silage. We usually have more corn silage than we need, and so at the end of the year or at the end of the season, before we start to chop more corn silage, we try to sell off some of what we have. And so we've been selling some this year, and this morning we have another truckload to load, so we're gonna go load some corn silage. to cover the bunker, and we just cut it off as we get further back in the pile. So sometimes a little bit gets mixed in. All right, we're just waiting for the truck to get here. Should be here any minute, so then we can start loading. So my dad's running the skid loader, and the reason why he's going across the side is because we want to keep the face of the pile really smooth, really flat. That way we have less exposure to the air and less spoilage. So we always take it off by shaving off the face versus like scooping right into it. All right, there's another load loaded. Maybe 3 or 4 more to go, and then that's it. Thanks for watching.